Are you serious? Are you serious, China? What are you doing? What? China? Get a cup of coffee right now and just... All right, here's what Jesus said in Luke 21. I'm going to tell you about the Philippines. I'm going to tell you about China. I'm going to tell you about Japan. I'm going to tell you about North Korea. Listen to what's going on right now. Are you serious? It's blowing my mind right now. It's literally blowing my mind, and I can't figure out why it's even happening. Jesus said, nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and famines, pestilence, fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, and delivering you up to the synagogues and into the prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. And it shall they'll turn to you for a testimony. Do you have one? Also, he goes on down to say, and there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, distress of nations with perplexity, and the sea and the waves roaring. Now, we've just witnessed, yesterday there was a big, huge meteorite. I mean, this was a huge rock that went very close to the earth, came within 4 million miles of the earth. Folks, that's close. Here's what's really wild about that. NASA didn't even know it was coming till it was just within a few days. Don't they see anything out there anymore? Or is it they're not telling us anything? And how many more of these rocks are on the way? Is our men's hearts going to fail them for fear of things coming up on the earth? Well, it should be a lesson to all of us that we're living in the apocalyptic hour. Now, the Philippines, quickly. Reverend Gary, thank you. The Philippine death toll has now risen to 902. And 80,000 people are now homeless in the Philippines. This mighty typhoon, Bopa, that hit them, Bofa, meaning little girl in Cambodia. This mighty, mighty typhoon came out of nowhere. First time ever formed near the equator. Folks, just days after the Philippines voted against Israel. The death toll, which the government sets now at 902, is still likely to rise significantly, as another 934 people are still unaccounted for. 2,600 people injured in this disastrous typhoon Bofa. 80,000 people homeless. Destroyed 61,000 homes. It's just a catastrophic event that has happened in the Philippines. And folks, but there's other issues that are gravely as important. What is going on now with China? First of all, North Korea fires a rocket without telling anyone right over top the heads of Japan, in which they say they were launching a satellite. Well, folks, the satellite is spinning, flying completely out of control up there in the orbiting of the Earth. But they did successfully launch a long-range missile, ballistic missile with the capability of reaching Southern California. And oh, by the way, speaking of Southern California, 6.3 earthquake hit just a few minutes ago. The tsunami warnings, though, are off. That's a good thing. No injuries, no damage, Southern California, as the quake was deep, deep, deep in the Pacific Ocean just off the coast. But listen to what China was doing yesterday. A Chinese government airplane entered Japanese airspace. What for? Over the disputed Senkaku Islands in the East China Sea yesterday, December the 13th, 2012, in the first such airspace intrusion of Japan, prompting an immediate protest from the Japanese government. The Air Self-Defense Forces of Japan scrambled some F-15 fighter jets to the area after one of China's state Oceanic Administration airplanes was spotted at 11:06 a.m. 15 kilometers south of the Utsushi Islands, one of Japan's... listen, folks. Why China? Why even put a plane in Japan's airspace? Why even do this? Forcing Japan to scramble jets. Now, I understand later in the day that Tokyo immediately filed a protest, Japan did, against Beijing after the airspace intrusion. So what did the Japanese do? They sent a ship into Japanese water. So in one day, China violates Japan airspace and waterways. Now, it's not like Japan needs to have a conflict with China when they're still suffering the horrific effects of the great mega quake, the fifth largest earthquake in the history of the world, that hit on 3/11/11, killing 28,000 people, shaking Tokyo's ground for over 6 minutes, breaking down a tsunami so powerful that it came inland 6 miles, and leaving 6 nuclear reactors melting down with radiation in the air, the land, and the sea, knocking the earth off its axis 4.2 inches, and setting the world's speed in motion 0.1666 seconds, shortening the day as Jesus said would happen in the last days. But now wait, there's more going on. If that's not enough, and North Korea firing rockets, Time Magazine has decided to put Kim Jong-un on the cover of Time Magazine, and he's named Person of the Year. What? 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 Are you? How many times am I going to say what? Well, the reason I'm doing that, the reason I'm upset, I'm not even going to be mad at Time Magazine. I want to know who's calling the shots. I want to know why Mohammed Mursi 2 weeks ago was put on the cover of Time Magazine and declared the most important man in the Middle East. And now Kim Jong-un will be on the cover as the Person of the Year. I mean, I'm really trying to figure out Mursi, Kim Jong-un. I mean, these two gentlemen, they're going to play a major role. Now, both of them are on my book, Mark of the Beast, RFID. They both are on there. Let's see if we can find... there's Mohammed Mursi. He's a key player in this end-time apocalyptic scenario. But even Kim Jong-un got a spot on the book. You see, what's happening is, as we say in our book, Mark of the Beast, RFID, these leaders are going to play significant roles in this end times. And you need to understand, everybody looks at Israel, and Israel is the key to the whole thing, biblically. But also, tidings in the east will trouble the Antichrist spirit from fully taking effect. But in the same token, will help enhance the reason for a one-world government, a new world order. A beast shall rise in the east, it says, from the sea. And so we're looking at a situation now. Will there be an Asian war? Will there be a Middle East war? Will there be a war in both locations causing World War III? Are you saved? I'm serious. I have to bring these things to the table. Typhoons, earthquakes, wars, rumors of wars, China, Japan, North Korea, or Israel, Egypt, or the destruction of Syria, of Damascus in Isaiah 17:1, and meteorites going by the earth without anybody telling us. Are you saved? Give your life to Jesus Christ. Send me a personal message. I want to be saved. I want to be saved. In Jesus' name. In Jesus'